Live, local, breaking news. This is WYFF News 4 at 6.
Good evening and welcome in. I'm Maya Payton. We are following several investigations developing across our area. We begin, though, in Greenville County, where troopers say a man has died after crashing into a brick wall. This crash wasn't long after officers attempted to make a traffic stop. Officers say they attempted to stop a driver who was driving recklessly at an intersection, and that was on North Main Street and East Stone Avenue. This was around 4:30 this morning. After the officer turned on the blue lights, the vehicle pulled off at a high rate of speed. Officers say a chase was not initiated due to the reckless behavior of this driver. Troopers say the name of the driver is identified as 22-year-old David Hernandez, who died at the scene. This incident remains under investigation. Well, let's go over to Spartanburg County. Deputies say one person is dead and others are injured after a, quote, large-scale shooting. Officials say it happened early this morning around 2 o'clock at the pregame lounge on Blackstock Road. They found 3 people who have been injured. Investigators say one of the victims has died and another remains in critical condition. Right now, there are no suspects in custody. Well, switching gears here, it all comes down to this. The South Carolina women's basketball team taking on UCLA this afternoon in the national championship game. Julia Morris joins us now with more on how that game played out. Hey, Julia.
Maya, South Carolina head coach Dawn Staley said this week that the Gamecocks lost to Iowa in the Final Four back in 2023 still haunts her, and she's made sure her program has not lost in a national semifinal game since then, with the Gamecocks playing in their 3rd straight national championship game this afternoon. While South Carolina was so dominant defensively against UConn in their Final Four game, the Bruins defense made things challenging for South Carolina early on. The Gamecocks did not score a field goal in the final 4 minutes of the first quarter, allowing the Bruins to build a double-digit lead. UCLA stretched that lead to as many as 31 in the 3rd quarter. Gamecocks' largest deficit of the season. The Bruins also lights out from 3, shooting 42% from downtown. This one all UCLA. The Bruins win their first national championship 79-51. Sports director Mark Whiteman has more from Phoenix.
Well, a thrilling season for South Carolina that for the 2nd year in a row ends in a disappointing finish. The Gamecocks blown out in Sunday's national championship game against UCLA 79-51. And it was clear very early on that this was just not going to be the Gamecocks' day, particularly offensively. South Carolina missed 15 of their 18 first quarter shots. They fell behind by 11. At the end of one, they were down 13 at halftime. The Bruins were led by senior Gabriela Jaquez. She had 21 points and 10 rebounds, as well as All-American center Lauren Betts, 14 points, 11 rebounds. South Carolina's season, a disappointing end. We will hear from Coach Staley and the players shortly, and we will bring you those comments coming up tonight at 11. But for now, in Phoenix, I'm Mark Whiteman, WYFF News 4 Sports.
Well, hey there, everyone. Hope you're having a great Sunday and a great Easter. We saw some beneficial rain through the morning hours into the first part of the afternoon, but live Super Doppler 4 has quieted down nicely this evening. Cold front is crossing the area as we speak, pushing that moisture toward the coastline. So the latest hour-by-hour forecast showing that moisture out toward the coast here by early Monday morning. We'll wake up to a partly cloudy sky, temperatures tumbling down into the 30s and 40s early Monday. We'll call it a mixture of sun and clouds to a mostly sunny sky through the day on Monday, and not expecting any rain. As we head into tonight, temperatures will tumble down into the 30s to low 40s into western North Carolina, low to mid 40s for much of the upstate and northeast Georgia, maybe some upper 40s in our far southern communities. You factor in the wind, especially into western North Carolina early Monday morning. Wind chills will tumble down into the low to mid 30s. We'll likely see wind chills a little bit cooler than the actual air temperature for the upstate and also through northeast Georgia. That forecast for your Monday, beautiful weather, a mixture of sun and clouds to a mostly sunny sky. Temperatures warming up low 60s as we head toward early afternoon. We'll see high temperatures pretty close to seasonable averages in the upper 60s and low 70s for the upstate. And in the mountains, starting off in the 30s to near 40, will warm up into the mid to upper upper 50s by early afternoon. Once again, a mostly sunny to partly sunny sky. Mid to upper 60s into western North Carolina on either side of 70 likely for the upstate and through northeast Georgia. That is right where we should be for this time of year. Temperatures will be a little bit warmer as we head into the day on Tuesday, a little bit cooler by Wednesday, and then we're tracking another warm up as we head into next weekend. Let's put it all together. Here's your 4-day forecast, and slightly warmer weather developing on Tuesday. We're in the low 70s after starting off in the mid 40s. Slightly cooler weather behind a dry front on Wednesday. Highs only topping out in the mid 60s. And then we'll be a little bit warmer on Thursday, near 70 degrees. Those overnight lows tumbling down into the low 40s. We're back into the mid 70s on Friday, and low to mid 80s returning heading into next weekend. Warm but dry weekend ahead under a mostly sunny sky. Those overnight lows in the low to mid 50s. 4-day plus for the mountains here. We'll be in the mid 60s for highs over the next couple of days. A little bit cooler on Wednesday. We do have those live Super Doppler 4 impact days Wednesday and Thursday morning. Some morning frost will be possible there, with those overnight lows tumbling down into the mid 30s. And then we're warming right back up. Low 70s on the way as we head toward Friday. Mid to upper 70s heading into next weekend under a mostly sunny sky. High temperatures once again well into the 70s. Thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you tonight at 12:30.